It's Friday, it's 5 o'clock, so welcome to the 35th weekly programme by RadioFreeUK.org. We aim to provide an afternoon's interesting listening to entertain, inform and educate. A bit like BBC Radio 4, but without the relentless left-wing spin on everything. As a segmented podcast, that means we're made up of lots of separate items, you don't have to listen to our whole show in one go, or at any particular time. You could spend a whole afternoon with it, or you could spread it out over the week. And if any bits don't appeal, you can simply skip them. And for the bits that really appeal, you can click through to the original articles to find out more. We're on the web at www.RadioFreeUK.org. We're on iTunes and YouTube, Twitter, Google+, and Facebook. We'd particularly like your feedback and comments on our Facebook page. We host a number of podcasts that we use in our main programme, so you can even subscribe directly to them if you want a more intense hit rather than our magazine format. Better Off Out, Alan's Antics, Jake the Writer, Batsby. But what we need most is more listeners. The more listeners we have, the more contributors we can attract. The more contributors, the more content, and the more content, the more listeners we can attract. So by sharing and recommending RadioFreeUK.org, everyone wins. It's a virtuous circle. So please do pass this link on to everyone you know. In this week's programme, we kick off with our usual updates on the EU referendum campaigns. There are 3 of them now: Leave EU, Vote Leave, and Grassroots Out. We have a small collection of some very relevant speeches made in the EU Parliament. And then we have some items from our regular contributors. The second edition of the new Better Off Out podcast, Godfrey Bloom on a subject that matters to us all: money. This week's headlines from Scotty K, and a tale from the youth of Jake the Writer. We have the next instalment of our audiobook, and as a wildcard, we have an item from Tom Wood's very popular American podcast. It's a very interesting discussion on the overpopulation myth. I love the way this is presented without reams of statistics, but with clear short examples that can be easily understood and can't be contradicted. In the mix we have other interesting items, many read by Alan Taylor Shearer. Thanks Alan, great work. And as we always try to do, we finish with a funny from Batsby. Listen on and enjoy the shows.